to hit fast, I'm kind of exciting my nervous system, getting pumped up and so on, but I'm using a lot of energy where if I can just canalize all that energy, concentrate, focus on that energy, and just try to release it all at once. All at once. So I stay calm, very relaxed, build up the energy, and release it all at once. Yeah, you see, I'm able to kind of reach the same level of speed while being a lot more relaxed. Yeah, it's kind of that's something you see a lot. Like I've been thinking about the Demon Slayer, you know, with Tanjiro, where they have the breathing stuff going on, and this, and they have like their blood that are kind of getting I mean, they have just a lot of energy that is rising to the point where there is the physical limit capabilities, and that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking here. Is just you stay relaxed and you build up the energy. There we go. So because when you are just getting excited and so on, because you're kind of wasting a lot of energy. Where here, by staying relaxed, you use all that pumped up energy, but you still need to be pumped up, because if you're just relaxed, it doesn't work. Where in the anime I'm talking about, they are in fighting, so generally your spirit is already elevated anyway. Where here, this is a technique that it works a little bit here, but if I keep doing it, since I'm really breathing and so on, I'm going to stay calmer and calmer. My heart rate is going to drop lower and lower, and then the technique is going to lose its efficiency, since I will not be in a kind of elevated mind space, a very aggressive mind space. Where here I really want it. My body is already pumped up, and so that's easy for me to then get center all that energy down to the belly, as they usually say, and then release it at once. That's much easier, but that's not. Actually, I'm having some mystical talk here with kind of the fog that is getting on the practice range with the twilight and so on. That's really in the mood. That's funny. Anyway, so that's kind of a little technique here. And there is another one that I know and kind of works the same, which just our mind trick, where you're just trying to pre-activate your muscle fiber. So you're trying to kind of send the signal of contraction very, very hard to your muscle, but it's kind of trying to retain your muscle from getting tense. So you kind of try to pre-activate your muscles, so then when you actually ask them to fire, they are already pumped up. And so I'm going to try on this one. So here I'm activating all my muscles, but trying to stay as relaxed as possible. Oh, 17.2. I told you that that's kind of some trick here. Because honestly, with the level of energy that I have in terms of relaxation, if I just swing, probably 130, 114, I would say the same level of energy. But since I'm releasing that energy and my muscles are pre-activated, because in terms of actual exertion that I feel, honestly, it's like I'm swinging like a 60-70% drive. Where previously, to get to that 117, I had to kind of go a lot higher in terms of exertion, 85, not necessarily 90, but at least 85%. Where here, it's just I'm feeling relaxed. It's just I pre-activate my muscles, so that since this is extremely targeted energy, because the issue is when you're trying to get excited and pumped up and treat it as hard as possible. Okay, overall you are rising your energy, but it's so much inefficient that requires way more energy than what you actually need. But since you're raising all your energy at once, everything get pumped up. Where here, it's much more targeted. I focus exclusively on the muscle I need. My subconscious knows them. Just I focus on getting them activated, rising the energy into them, staying as relaxed as possible on every single other muscle that I don't actually need. And since they are pre-activated, but it's like I'm sending both signal, you know, a signal of both relaxation and activation. And what happened when I'm at the top is I relax, I stop the signal of relaxation, and I send a double signal. So there is already the first signal of activation that I was sending right from the get-go, but I was sending another signal of relaxation to kind of avoid getting just stiff. And since there is already a first signal that is sending, you then punch it with another signal, and so that's why it gives you so much more speed. Anyway, I know I'm start talking about really weird shit here, very nerdy, and I believe there is not a lot of people on Earth that actually know about all of that. But that's our little secret here. Anyway, so we are at 48. Actually, I was talking, but we are almost done for the warm-up. Just normal swing. Let's not focus on all of this thing here. Yeah, you see, I pretty much saved the same level of energy. It's just I wasn't focusing on those mental techniques that I told you. And 130. That's exactly what I told you. Where I thought I would be. Okay, anyway. Now we're going on to the split stick. Serious work start now. I'm going to wake myself up a little because here, with all of that relax, because now that I don't pump myself up with this pre-activation signal, I'm kind of, and since I've really worked my brain around this idea of staying relaxed while having a very strong activation signal on the opposite side. Now that I relaxed that activation signal, there is still this relaxation signal that is still happening. So I'm kind of very loose at the moment, very relaxed. Anyway, honestly, if you listen, if there is anyone listening, if you think I'm crazy, you're probably right. I'm not crazy because what I'm talking about is a real thing, but there is so few people that know about it that yeah, that might seem insane just to talk about. Anyway, so actually I feel so relaxed. I don't want to push myself hard anymore, but we'll do it. Oh shit, no, I didn't. Okay, great, didn't got it. Okay, so here we're going to focus really on that idea of getting wide at the top. Okay, so that's about where I feel that is. What I would like is kind of see a very nice Rory McIlroy type of backswing here, where with the left arm really extending, kind of the left, kind of something like that, I don't know. So let's try to accelerate with the idea of collapsing the. Okay, that's not it. Very not. Wow, that's low. Wake up, buddy, wake up. Three, yes. So. Actually, I think I'm going to to put the little talk about energy maybe at the beginning of the. I'm going to split the session into two and put that at the beginning of the second one, just for people to enjoy my little rambling here. Anyway, moving on to the blue. So, but yeah, so let's focus a little. Here I haven't found a way to transition powerfully. Okay, I know I need to go from wide to narrow, but I need to do it in a very powerful way. Very strong and powerful way. So I'm wide. So I'm losing it. I'm losing tension as soon as I'm building the line. Maybe I should not. Maybe I should not build the lag because I'm losing the tension. I'm losing the strength. Or maybe... Okay, let's try that. Yeah, maybe I should not. I should not actually collapse. I should just really stay strong all the way, put a lot of pressure onto the shaft. Whoa, 124, okay. It's almost like I need to progressively, yeah, maybe this is that. I need to progressively collapse the lag rather than doing it instantly, because if I'm doing it instantly, it's like first of all, it's less accurate, very difficult to time, and also, yeah, if I'm just slightly off in timing, then I'm losing all the power. Where here, if I'm wide, build, and really, as I'm almost stay, yeah. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. Remember, at some point I was kind of trying to stay wide until now to then build the lag through impact. Maybe this is that. This is you stay wide here, and then through impact you build the lag as aggressively as possible. Might be it. Might be it. Let's see if that actually works. Okay. And with the red stick is actually where I think I'm going to see the most result. So we stay wide and wide, and then we build the lag through impact to really keep it all the way until impact. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I need to build the lag. Yeah, I didn't do. Okay, 115 for a warm-up set, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Okay, 116, getting somewhere here. I like it a lot. And actually that's not bad because my issue is kind of getting the lag releasing too soon, so having the feeling that I'm building the lag through impact is going to allow me to kind of delay a little more the lag. Might be good, might be good. Anyway, moving on to the green. Now that I have a good idea of what I need to do, let's just do it. And try to go for 130. Because if I can pull off right amount of speed, strength and speed, I might pull a big number. Let's try. Ooh, here we go. Hey, remember until now, going for that, I mean, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I've managed to do 130, so we are on to the races here. We are on to something. Let's go. Ooh, 130 in a row. Well. You like to talk me dirty, don't you? Just kidding. Okay. I mean, 3 in a row, 130, that's insane. Oh, let's go. Like it a lot. Yeah, having forgot my bottle of water is kind of a bummer here. Oh, I really need it. I'm dying. Alright. Yeah, I feel that I started eating my left leg a little too much here. Start feeling some pain in my knee. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not that fast. It's not that fast. I would like to see like 123, 124 with that one. Something like that. 123, 124. Okay, almost 124. So now I kind of feel, okay, I got the movement down, but now I feel that the issue is after kind of the arm started moving down. I'm not having the thing that I want through impact here. So let's try something through impact. Here, and then kind of rip things through. Let's try. Okay, that's still better, because usually when I focus on something else while there is not the first thing that I was focusing on, and I added something else, then the first thing I'm focusing on is going to be less powerful. But if the second thing is somewhat okay, and it's new also, it's interesting. But what I think, no, I need to kind of do it in one go, in one shot, because things go moving too fast. Oh, you know what? What we've talked about earlier, going from the top, boom, to impact. Okay, I'm down for that. Let's try. Okay. Okay, 116. With the red, because if I remember correctly, my best perf ever is kind of, I believe it's kind of 136 with the green, 128 or 129 with the blue, and 121 or 122 with the red. So we are far from that. We are far from that. At least I'm cruising around 60. It doesn't feel that great. Slow. This is the first shit, that was already the third one. Okay, whatever. Okay, last but not least is a grill stick. I know I said I'm going to eat, I wanted to eat 50 balls, but I'm really starting to get thirsty here. And I only have that in terms of old balls, and I don't want to start eating those new ones. Especially because here, with what I found, I think the assumption that we might do a lot of swing between 117 and 118. Maybe I'm coping here, but so doing those with the new balls, I don't like. Okay, so let's try to do again. I start getting tired. That's what I was thinking about. Also, okay, since okay, even though I think I gave everything, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. I'm dead. I don't want to. I'm going to eat, I think there's about maybe 20 balls. Going to be fine. We are going to keep increasing the volume. As I said, I need to not do the same mistake that I did yesterday. We are doing way too much, way too soon. As I'm increasing, I need to ease myself back into eating a lot of balls. Not to really killing myself doing so. That's the main point here. Shot. I have the cat here that you famously know that just get back on my car, and so with this kind of thing here, I don't want it to kind of get, anyway, you know what I mean. So okay, let's try to apply what I've learned here to the drive and see how fast I can swing that thing. Okay, but I mean, I'm kind of going down here, I'm not accelerating as fast. It still feels weird. It's not perfect. Because I'm kind of throwing it that way. Let's try to go over the top. Because I feel that here I'm kind of resisting here, but then I'm throwing that way. Well, maybe I should throw that way. That's pretty much more powerful since the club is going behind me, it's pulling me. If I just throw that way, I'm kind of getting out of balance. Or if I go back above, maybe this can be a little more powerful. Yep, more powerful. Now I need to figure out, okay, because top of the backswing, my body kind of want to do that. So if I just do that, then I'm doing so weird. So really getting here, but by doing so, I really need to kind of bump my hips forward a lot more so I don't go too much over the top. Okay, so I think I can do that. I can do that. There we go. Okay, that's slow. That wasn't really what I was expecting. Okay, you know what? Let's just try to focus on what generates the most speed, and we'll see later about. I mean, maybe that just. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, not because here I was thinking there, then I was thinking about there. Maybe it's not here or here. It's kind of 45 degree. 45 degree. Yep, right in between. You know what? Let's just do the same thing that I did, where I got 170 just over the top as hard as I can, not caring about anything. And then I will figure out some ways that I can actually. You didn't got the speed? Oh fuck. I thought it was good. Let's do it again. Okay, 116. Okay, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I stay wide and I move wide over the top. Because here I was kind of feeling my arm getting behind me and going over my head, where he's just getting the arm there and then there. Boom, direct towards the ball. It's okay if I miss left. That's number I don't like to see here. Okay, we're gonna have to focus here. I mean, I'm 15.6. That's not that bad, but that's not good either. The cat just kind of put his thing into my thigh here. That's really hurt. Wow. Yeah, it worked with the speed stick dynamic. Since there is no club, there is no yeah, that's a bummer. Because the speed stick doesn't have a club head that is actually having torque. You see? So if I do the same motion that I'm doing with the speed stick, with the club head, it kind of do some weird things. So it doesn't work. What I found, yeah. I need to kind of find something else. yeah, something like, okay, this kind of builds a lag, but you're doing it with putting somewhat a lot of pressure on the shaft. Where until now, when I was wide here, I was kind of collapsing things. Where here, I stay wide, but I kind of build the lag with the right twist, but still applying a ton of pressure on the shaft. But keeping the right twist kind of relaxed to be able to kind of build that lag. Okay, that's weird. But I can do it. I can do something out of it. I can do something with it. Yeah, that's definitely that. Feel way more powerful. And that's much more in line with what I'm. Okay, so that's the thing here. Finding new ways to generate speed with a speed stick don't always work. That's just what I want to say, because that's the main issue that I have with speed stick is when people are saying just swing as hard as you want, don't focus on the technique. No, you should absolutely focus. I mean, at least for me, there is people that are so aware with their clubs that at some point, since they are not really aware of their technique or the dynamic of the club, I mean, not a lot of aware of their body, but a lot of aware of their club, they can then subconsciously figure out stuff. And so, of course, at the beginning, they will be a little disoriented with the moving from the speed stick to the driver, but then they will reorganize it subconsciously. But since my technique is really on my conscious level, I'm very aware of what I'm doing. Then if I translate that awareness that I have from the speed stick to the driver, that just doesn't work. That's not something like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. No, the motion for me feels completely different. And so if I change then the motion, then I lose the gain I made with the speed stick. So that doesn't make any sense. So that's why it's really important for me that, okay, I stick to the exact same technique on each side. And so the thing that I found right here, so I found something with a speed stick but doesn't really work with the driver, and so I tried to figure out a way, okay, how can I make it work with the driver? And then, now that I know how to make it work with the driver, then when I come back with the speed stick, that actually the driver's technique that I'm then going to be using with the speed stick. Anyway. And also I'm missing left. That's much better. Okay, yeah, I need to stop talking, start focusing, because as I'm talking, I'm getting more relaxed, I'm losing energy, and if I keep doing so, I will not be able to hit my goal. So let's ramp up things. Hello. There we go. Okay. Now the 116 next week might be difficult, especially if I do a lot of volume like this. I mean, that's going to be very challenging. But I mean, that's what training is all about. Then after we have kind of a deload week, so that's going to be okay. Yes, that feels more powerful. Yeah, and I still kind of do both because I'm still collapsing the lag a little. It's just that since I'm really resisting a lot with my right arm, it's kind of in between of just staying wide and completely collapsing. It's kind of I kind of stay wide with the body, but the wrist they loose, so they actually build the lag. So that's interesting. Anyway, focus. Really go after it. Don't retain. 80-90%, not more. Okay, 115, 116, that, about 116, that's kind of where it seems that I'm able to cruise when I'm focused and doing the right thing, so that's fine. Yeah, and I kind of start to like the motion overall. Here we go. Yeah, because I start feeling that I can accelerate more by having the right motions, the right dynamics, the right sequence and so on. And there is some stuff going on here that I'm very interesting. I need to focus. Power starts rising in me. Okay, I didn't do as well on this one though. Just the fact that I'm becoming aware, I'm talking it out, means that I'm less focused. Yeah. Start slowing down here. Okay, where are we? 15.6. Okay, we're above one. I'm going to eat all of those balls. All of them. So that's going to be slightly above 20 balls, but all of those, and we need to finish about 115. We need to finish about 115. They're going to be fine, but I need to stay focused. Okay, here we go. That was a good swing, this one. Yeah, when I'm able to kind of keep the strength throughout the swing, we've got some decent power. Okay. Okay, right. That's about 115. Okay, six more ball. Focus. Focus. 15.5. Okay. Focus. Don't cheat it, because I want to start using my long drive technique to kind of pump up the average, but no, don't cheat it. Do it well. Focus. That's it. Yeah, start losing the plot here. Start losing the plot. That's the first session where that's tough. And, yeah, unfortunately, if I had to hit the full 100 balls here, probably won't make it. Okay. Okay. better. That's only 115. I start dying inside. I think the lack of water is getting to me here. Two more ball. Let's go. Let's. I forgot. Here we go. I know what was going on. Is the collapse of the lag. I was kind of doing just the strength part. Since I'm getting tired, that doesn't work. So I need to do the collapse of the lag as I'm staying, keeping the strength. There is both sides. When I do both, good things start happening. Yeah, good things start happening. Here we go. Only the. Okay, so that's both. The answer I started the session with, there is both. You pull the lag, you stay wide with the arm, and you kind of collapse with the wrist. That's where you almost still this kind of wide to narrow thing that's generating a lot of speed, but you still use a lot of strength. Where if you collapse your arms, then you lose all the strength. That is connecting with the club. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.